The vast chamber of the Galactic Concord was unnervingly quiet. 10,000 representatives from nearly 4,000 species sat frozen, their countless eyes fixed on the hologram hovering above the central dais. The images were horrifying, entire worlds reduced to fire, stars snuffed out like dying embers, civilizations erased in seconds. Ambassador Valari of the Sinandari Dominion stood trembling as he addressed the assembly. His blue skin had faded to a sickly shade as he delivered the news no one wanted to hear. "The Harvesters have overrun the Nexus Prime system," he said. "Our united armada has been annihilated. 18,000 warships. 40 billion lives. Gone in under 3 standard hours." A ripple of fear spread through the chamber. For 50 millennia, the Galactic Concord had ruled this region of space. They had crushed threats, enforced peace, and believed themselves unstoppable. But the Harvesters were unlike any enemy before. They were machines, silent, relentless, incapable of negotiation. They consumed stars, planets, and even raw matter, converting everything into more of themselves. No one knew their origin. No one knew how to stop them. At their current advance rate, Valari continued, the machines would reach the galactic core within 40 years. After that, nothing would remain. Elder Morinth of the Valari Council rose slowly. Despite her centuries of wisdom, fear showed in her ancient eyes. "What choices remain?" she asked. "None that have worked," Valari answered. Diplomacy failed. Weapons were ineffective. Fleets were too slow. Every battle ended in defeat. The chamber erupted into panic. Shouts echoed. Some delegates wept openly. Others sat in stunned silence as the truth settled in. The greatest civilization the galaxy had ever known was staring into extinction, and no solution remained in sight. Then a calm, firm voice cut through the chaos. The voice belonged to Director Kethan of the Strategic Council, a veteran commander hardened by wars most present had only studied in archives. "There is one option left," he said. Silence fell instantly. "The Sol system. Humanity." Gasps spread across the hall. Anger followed. The word human had not been spoken within these walls for 6 centuries. Representative Yulma of the Dre Collective stood in protest. "They are savages," she snapped. "Uncontrolled, violent, self-destructive. We sealed them away for a reason." Kethan did not deny it. Humanity terrified the Concord. Their wars, their weapons, their willingness to destroy even themselves had convinced the galaxy they were too dangerous to exist freely. So a barrier had been raised around their star system, cutting them off completely, no travel, no signals, no contact. "But look at us now," Kethan said quietly. "We face an enemy that cannot be reasoned with. We need something just as ruthless." The debate raged for 3 days. Old fears resurfaced. Many believed humanity had wiped itself out long ago. Others wondered what 6 centuries of isolation might have turned them into. On the 4th day, the vote was held. The result was razor-thin. Fear of the Harvesters outweighed fear of humanity. The barrier would be lowered. A small delegation was dispatched, 3 ships carrying diplomats, scientists, and soldiers. When they reached the edge of the Sol system, the barrier still stood, silent and impenetrable. Ancient codes were activated. Long-dormant systems stirred. Slowly, the energy field collapsed. Sensors activated for the first time in 600 years. What they revealed defied belief. The system was alive. Thriving. Overflowing with ships, tens of thousands of them, all aimed directly at the intruders. Humanity had not only survived. It had been waiting. Captain Thielvorn stared at the sensor data, his mind struggling to comprehend it. Earth was no longer the modest world described in ancient records. Gigantic structures ringed the planet. Artificial bands of metal gleamed in orbit. Mars was green, Venus stabilized, and the moons of the gas giants had become industrial powerhouses. Energy collectors surrounded the star itself, harvesting power on an unimaginable scale. Population estimates confirmed the impossible, nearly 900 billion humans in a single system. Then came the fleet. A human corvette approached, larger than the Concorde flagship and armed beyond comprehension. A calm voice issued a warning, demanding identification. The delegation complied and was escorted to Earth, where they were brought before High Admiral Helena Vance of the United Terran Navy. Cold, controlled, and unmistakably dangerous, she listened as Thielvorn explained the Harvester threat and the galaxy's impending doom. When he finished, she spoke without sympathy. Humanity would help, but not out of gratitude, obedience, or forgiveness. They would fight because they chose to. Days later, the human armada arrived through the reactivated gate, 35,000 warships, followed by a colossal flagship, the TNS Wrath of Terror. Under Vance's command, humanity shattered the Harvester forces, unleashing weapons beyond galactic understanding and turning a dying star itself into a weapon. The Harvesters were erased. The galaxy survived. But when the Concorde offered humanity a place among them, Vance refused. Humanity would never again be caged, ruled, or forgotten. As the human fleet withdrew to the Sol system, the galaxy watched in silence, finally understanding the truth. Humanity was not a mistake. Humanity was a warning.